Good morning and welcome to day 8 of Shelter to Redline. We finished macroing and AFK skilling up for our summoner during our transition from our echo. We have taken resist, parry and meditation to 80. We dropped forensic evaluation to 80 and we took wrestling to 100, spirit speak, herding and magery to 100. We took all of our rares and everything that we got and we put them in a vendor. Here in Pound Holler. And we have managed to sell everything apart from the armor, the power weapons, and a few of the rares. We sold our skill scrolls, we sold our aspects, we sold treasure maps, the regnants and everything that we got, we put them into crates, they've all gone. So we now have a good chunk of money. We have unlocked our aspect, we chose command for our summoner, and we leveled it to level 1. We went and bought a Mage's Codex, a Wizard's Grimoire, a Summoner's Tome, and a Parry Codex. And we decided to go to Pulma to level everything up. That was really quick. It was so quick that actually I wasn't even able to record a lot of it because the amount of experience we was getting was quite amazing. So in the Wizard's Grimoire, pretty much all I was doing was casting curse on things, and as you can see, we've already got 10 points in less than maybe 4 hours. So curse, we're going to take that up. Curse gives us increased damage by 15, 20 and 25% for the next 60 seconds. That's 9 points of our Wizard's Grimoire, so that's a huge chunk. And then we was taking 1 tier of protection, just so I can increase the resistance of our Earth Elemental. Our Elementals are at 3 points each, so considerably slower than the Wizard's Grimoire. And for this one, we are taking Earth Pull. Earth Pull gives us increased damage and defense, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10% to a maximum for 5 creatures. Oops. And for our Fire Elemental, we have been taking Unstable Sorcery, I believe. Yes, Unstable Sorcery at 2 points, and then we had 1 extra point left, which we took in Glass Cannon. And Glass Cannon's another 10% damage, and reduces the increases the aggro. Just in case we lose our Earth Elemental, we don't have any protection for ourselves. For our Parry Codex, we took Shield Bash. We have 2 points in Shield Bash. Shield Bash gives us damage resistance against combatants by 3% per rank and 4% when we are hit with an attack from a combatant to hinder them. So if they do hit us with a melee attack, we get to run away a little bit. Now, I haven't been through all of the Wizard's Grimoire or the Summoner's Codex or the Parry Codex to learn everything about it. Those are the ones that just seemed like a good idea for now. So let's summon our elementals. Once we've been through a few runs of this, I will show you the macros that I used to level everything up. It took around about 14 hours to increase herding and spirit speak. The last 6 points of spirit speak were done by summoning elementals with majory. Because the percentage chance of getting a skill up point was really low for just using this skill. So the reason we chose Pulma is because it has the 20% increased experience, and with our command aspect we have 25% experience plus the 7.5, which is 32.5% for what we got from killing things. So we can kill things on the first level of Pulma and we get a lot of experience really quickly, as long as it's not too busy. It does get quite busy here. So just, oh god, and then we run around. If it gets a little bit too much, pop out a Blaze Spirit. Something's not working. My hotkeys have stopped working. Why are my hotkeys not working? I don't have a knife to do that. Okay, that'd be a good reason why. So just by killing that one minion, we went to 346.9, which is only 2 experience points, but for something so simple to kill. These Tangulars, these Tentacle, these gave a good amount of experience points. 3.5 each. So the amount of experience is really small in comparison to what we'd be getting for killing something large. But once we started to run around, we were killing 20 things within 10 minutes, so like 30 seconds to kill things. And we was just it's another point in the Wizard's Grimoire. Oh god. Here's where we did most of ours because of these tentacles. Not quite sure what's going wrong. Why are you not casting spells? You have the spells. There we go. and then we use curse, and that's it. We can buff ourselves. We don't have to, but we can heal the Earth Elemental. So another 2.5, and this is completely risk-free. Because of where we are now currently with the level of our Summoner's Tome, we can fight bigger and harder things. But in Pulma I noticed that on level 2 there's a huge jump in difficulty for what we can fight. And it results in a lot of death. I shall jump over and show you what I mean. These Precurse Sentinels, they're what gives us the most amount of experience points. So that one gave us 5 or 6. So on level 2 we come across these Guardians and Seekers, and they're one on their own is fine, but if we get a few of them, then it's really difficult for us to keep on top of. I was considering changing Forensic Evaluation for Evil Intelligence, because then, there we go, look, so we've got quite a few of them in now. So that way we can actually get involved with casting some spells. We don't have an Earth Elemental now, so we need to get one of those out. So how quickly this can change into too much is quite rapid. So that one gave us 372, 379. So I think energized. We go into our filters and get a text message, and we go add to add energized. Can't see that. So energized. Speech. Okay. Drop that. So we've lost our fire elemental. So we're going to need to summon another earth elemental because that one's about to die. Keep us alive. And then we can summon a fire elemental when that one dies. There we go, that's much more readable. So 406. So that was 11. There's not a lot to talk about. It's not a lot much to see, but it is literally just because we're getting the 20% bonus from the weekly, plus we're getting our command. This is giving us a huge bonus, and the amount of money we're making is really low compared to what we're used to. As a scavenger, we're used to making 100k an hour in gold at times, whereas right now we're lucky if we make 10k in an hour. So most of our money has been used. Luckily we got to sell some stuff on the vendor. Command aspect is really expensive in comparison to other ones. So it's not one that you should jump straight into, which means that summoner isn't really the best way for us to push through to Redline. In the long term it would be, but for a new character it is not. So I'm not getting cursors up. Let's try zoning. There we go. Although our poison doesn't do a lot, it is it's still damage, right? So we got a point in our Wizard's Grimoire, which has taken us to 11. So we could add to reactive armor, or we could add to bless. I think if we add to bless, then when we bless ourselves, we'll bless our elementals as well. So let's just get another earth elemental. protection. Bless. Spirit speak. We haven't got a shepherd's crock, so we're not getting the benefit from herding. So we do need to go and get one of those. So we shall go and get one of those once we kill this guardian. We shall pick up another skinning knife, and then we shall come back and see if we're able to kill it quicker. Precursor Lancer. Let's focus on the guardian. Regs left, so we're going to have to leave. Let's see if we can blow this thing up. Okay, so let's get these and get out of here. So experience is at 458 now, so we're pretty close to halfway. Let's go back to Pandaria. So we need to go to the carpenter. So we can pick up a shepherd's crock. And they don't sell skinning knives. So let's go to the tinker, get a skinning knife. The alchemist. Jeweler, tinker. There we go, we could put the rest in the bank. So we only made about 4k on that run. In, what was that, 23 minutes. So it's not great, it's not great. But it is about the experience and not the money. So it's dependent on what you want as to where you go. I'm going to go back to see if there is much of a difference. Now we've got the crock. Double click it to activate it. And then we can put the leather. We need some regs. So we do a macro, a script. No. Agent, that's it. For restock. Restock. So the restock agent is set at 20. And now I'll just do that twice because we're going to a dungeon. Don't know why it doesn't work. Okay. Is it because we're already at 20? So let's put them in there and then do it again. and then we'll go back to Pulma. There we go, so our Shepherd's Croc is now active. Say all guard, and now we can skin things as well. So let's go and see what sort of damage we do down here now. So, Arch Protection, Bless, and Curse. And that gives us our changes with our herding and our Shepherd's Croc. Does look like we're beating them up pretty quick. Still doesn't seem like it's very fast at all, but it's safe. Let's add both variations to the ignore. So 48.86. So about 2% of Codex we are currently at. And it gave us 482. So 12. So there's 2 of them, so maybe 6. Or 8, 9. So it's not too bad in comparison to the time spent, though it's not as fast as doing the smaller tentacle as you run around, but I think it's all based on how many people are here farming. We are not going to be able to make the money for the next level of command by fighting these things. So although it is good experience, it's not balanced in our progression sense. And there's the big guardian. We should keep an eye on what that one gives us. If I had evaluate intelligence, then we'd be able to blow this up more efficiently, but we're trying to level up our followers. So maybe because of the spells that I'm using, it is taking away some of the experience points, but it's so dreadfully slow that it doesn't seem worthwhile. I mean, that does seem nice, barding, so you can beat things up. So let's try not getting involved with this one and see what happens. Our Blade Spirit's gone AWOL. It's doing whatever it wants. So that was 12 for getting involved with those two. We are, I think, over protected for PvE, but for PvP, I believe we are at the sensible level of defense. 514 to 21, so 6, 7. Just gonna find our Blade Spirit. It's doing its thing. Let's dispel our Blade Spirit. Don't follow me. This is not our fight. This is our fight. Just looking to see at the Blade Spirit. So that's at 1 of 2. For that one we have Precision Cuts. Precision Cuts accuracy increased by 5, 10 and 15, chance to hit. From 100, so it's an additional. And then more damage. We can give Serration, which increases damage dealt, bonus increased by 50% if it's already bleeding. And Razors has a chance to cause a bleed. So if we go into 1 in Razors and then 1 in Serration, we should be able to start stacking some Blade Spirit damage as well. I'm not sure if dismissing one of the elementals puts all the experience onto the other one, or if you still get it for both. So 533, parry Codex is now level 3. So 12 points, 3 points available to upgrade. Let's kill another one of those because we were at 533.2. Might need Blade Spirit. Another Earth Elemental. And then when that one dies, we need a Fire Elemental. So the Earth Elemental is the tank, and the Fire Elemental is the one that does the damage. I think with these things having so much armor, maybe sling 90, resist 25, armor 75, that we should probably, is it Mind Blast? Or is it E-Bolt? So 162, 133, so Mind Blast is better against the armoured targets in our current state. Try and get some of our mana back. So we're chugging along, 533, so we're at halfway. As you can see how quick it was in the original, we would have already had our first level by now, plus we would have had 2 points in both of our codices, so 5, 4, 5. So what I'm thinking as well is with the amount of magical weapons that we have, is that I think they give us 9 arcane essence each. An arcane essence is worth 25. So 225, any magical item less cheaper than that we should buy. Break them down. But that's such a small amount of profit for the time and effort required. I can see why people don't collect magical items or save magical items unless they are like an immensely exceedingly accurate vanquish, maybe power, but the power weapons that we've put up on the on the vendor haven't sold at all. So I'm not hopeful, even though they are the cheapest, for what I could find on the UO Outlands vendor search. I just don't think people are interested because you can get GM ones. So it is what it is. We'll see what it is. So that everything's got a minimum, I think, of around about 250 gold, magic item wise, give or take. So I'm trying to leave this without casting magic on them because our Wizard's Grimoire is getting up really fast and our elementals are not. And yet these are the ones that are going to be making us our clearing speed much faster. We're about to use our Earth Elemental. So that's our Earth Elemental upgraded. So we can't do it, I think, while it's out. So grounded restores 2, 4 and 6% hit points. So let's do one of those. Bedrock. Damage dealt by 5, 10 and 15 and resistance by 3, 6 and 9. And increased to 200% when below 33. So maybe Bedrock would be a good idea. As soon as he dies. Point in Bedrock and then summon another one. Not sure if bone magical items can be broken down. We shall take some and find out. Kill that, please. I shall do that later off camera. We have now gained command aspect and something went up. Not sure what went up a level. Was that the Wizard's Grimoire? It was the Wizard's Grimoire. So we have a point in Bless, a point in Protection. So let's have a point in Reactive Armor, because these are our defensive spells. I think it's the percentage stacking that what makes the difference between everything. So I shall keep doing this until we get to our next level of command, which is 400 experience points. So in about 20 minutes time we should be at that. So for our Elemental Codex we are at 4 points of Fire, 4 points of Earth and 2 points of Blade Spirit. And for our Shield we are at 2 points of Shield Bash. It's definitely quicker with the herding. Let's see if we can try to focus on just this one guy. So I'm not going to cast any. Well, I suppose I've cast a Blade Spirit, Elementals, but other than that, I'm not going to cast. I've got spells already activated, so I'm not sure how that works. So we're just going to have to. They were there to start, they'll be there to finish, right? So I think the Earth Elemental is getting quite strong now, which is good. Not quite sure how to make my buffs last longer. Guy was bleeding to death. It's getting quite messy in here right now, so for this we're going to dismiss the Fire Elemental and summon another Earth Elemental, and then once this Earth Elemental dies we will summon a Fire Elemental. Let's focus on the one we've started, get rid of it. It's the biggest and strongest. We don't have any mana. So I'm wondering about how this will equate to Shadowspire and Aegis. After we've done this level of command, I think that's something that I will test. So if I start casting an Earth Elemental now, and release it. So that was a Blade Spirit level. So we can jump our Blade Spirit. So we've got Razor's Prism. If we go into Serration, so we can dismiss our Blade Spirit, do a Serration, and summon another one. I think I might have cast that a little bit too soon. Wait for those to go, and then we'll cast it on him again. I don't seem to be able to do that. Where is he? Ah, it's that one out there. Okay, so so as you can see, it's quite busy in here now. We are crushing through these quite quickly, so let's get rid of this blade spirit and get rid of these two. We'll do that once we leave. Let's go and see what happens at our favourite place. To Aegis. I think we can teleport from here because we're at the gold gate. So, Aegis keep. Yes. So these baby goblins, are they called goblins? Yeah, goblins. They as a starting level summoner, these are very good to fight. So looks that's 6, 7, 4. And 6, 7, 7. So not super fast, but killing them is easy and there's lots of them. But definitely it's worth staying at Pulma because of the 20% and how quick the tentacles die as a brand new summoner. Seems a little bit pointless just to punch something. So what's that? 3. And we got 4 from the Aegis slime, so not super fast, not super fast. However, killing them is really fast, so when you first start, that is definitely a nice place to come. Alternatively, there is the graveyards. Every town seems to have a graveyard, so that seems like a good place to go as well. Let's see what else we've got around here. So they're killing these apes. How does an ape fare? Uh, 684 to... Oh, that's quite a lot. 684 to 9, so that's 7. So 7 from an ape. Let's see if we can go down to something a bit more valuable. We don't want to go too far down here. Let's try something on its own. Let's try one of these Ogre Blood Mages. See how this fares. too much. So let's start summoning another elemental and then releasing it. I mean, the loot's nice, better. We're running out of regs. What have we lost? Mandrake root. It's kind of the important one. So I think that's all of our spells are inactive. So we can find some root. Let's have a quick look around. We're getting burned. Yeah, so we're in a really bad place right now. Let's try and keep out of the way. Clayman. So the harpy gave us 10. See if we can preserve our fire elemental. Do a little curse, we can't do a big curse. Let's kill the Clayman first, that looks like it's a smaller, easier one. And then we'll go back to doing the Blood Ogre. So we got another 10 from the Clayman. And from the Blood Ogre. We got 12. And a lot more rewards. So we've got a Blood Orc in here, and we've got a little Dragon Whelp, an Aegis Whelp. So as soon as our summoners have gone, we will make a move. GTFO, as they say. We do have a little bit of loot, but nothing major. The 13k gold is more than we got from Pulma. So we've lost our Earth Elemental. I don't think we can have another one without Mandrake Root. So hopefully this Blood Orc has some Mandrake root for us. But our fire elemental is about to get squished, so we're not in a good place right now. So I think we're going to have to leave. We tried. Let's see if we can finish off this orc. We can't res anyone because we don't have any Mandrake root. Free stuff on the way out. Get to our weight cap. Speedy Dexter. This way. There we go. So this is us out and home. We have 14k gold, and we managed to get, what's that, 150 XP. We got 2 points in our Wizard's Grimoire, and we got a chunk of our Summoner's Codex, and we got like 2 or 3, I think, for our parry. So as you can see, this goes really quick in the beginning, quicker than we can actually afford to buy new parts for our suit. We're at 250,000 remaining, which is pretty much everything that came from the vendor, give or take a little bit. So all the money that we got from being a scavenger has been spent, and for that we are well and truly established as being a baby summoner, so we can at least kill something. So let's restock up and then go and check out how this works in Shadowspire, and then we do have a organizer for this. So if I go into agents and go into organizer, it's our macro. That should sort everything out for us. Should go into gems next, into magical items next. And then gems. There we go. So it's 10 seconds on each one before they switch over. Just gives enough time for everything to get sorted, and then it asks us where do we want to take our regs from. There we go. So it takes all of our old regs in the backpack, not in our satchel, and then replaces them. So summon a new elemental. An earth elemental. Meditate real quick. And then let's jump over to Shadowspire and see if we are actually capable of killing anything. Because the profit level here is so much higher. So let's see what we're doing. Let's curse it. There's a crimson. So our earth elemental's holding up a little bit. So our current experience is 746. So it's holding up, but it's not actually doing a lot of damage, so I think we're going to need a few more levels for being valuable or at least efficient on time. Let's chuck a Blade Spirit down, let's start casting an Earth Elemental, and then let's release the old one. And go back in. At least kill the one we've started. So experience wise, 746. So 14. And for the gargoyle, I mean gargoyles are pretty tough. Armor 75, wrestling 110, so they're harder than the other things we've been fighting. Just on their own. Hopefully you can see why we did the scavenger first. Because for us to make the 1.5 million that we did in the first 5 days was not going to be happening. There's a red here, so we have to be careful. Really? No, we're just going to leave. So he hit us for 41 and we healed for 40. So so yeah, we won't get to find out what kind of oh yeah, let's go back. That one. That one. And see what happens with our elementals. Guy sped off pretty quick. Didn't think he'd stand around. So Earth elementals died. Let's summon another one. Another fire elemental. So we have to do a full rotation of 2 earth and a fire to kill a squad of these guys. Whereas we could have probably killed twice as much XP value wise of stuff that was in Pulma. So experience wise not as good, monetary wise better. It's not cursed, so let's give it a curse. Let's bless up. We have all of our buffs on, so if the PK does decide to come back, at least we've got a little bit of 783. We went back to town, didn't we? So 783. might have been 40. If that's 40, then that's huge. So yeah, that seemed quite a long way to be able to level up. Doesn't matter about the PKs, there's always going to be PKs, no matter where we go, no matter what we do, unless we go into a sanctuary dungeon, so it makes no difference into how they react with us. What did we get? Not a lot, 1,000 something, but we were only there for a few minutes, so experience wise, about 40. 3 mobs. So yeah, there's huge differences between where you can go and what you can do. In the early, I would definitely recommend somewhere like Pulma, because of how easy the first level is. But if the 20% experience was at somewhere like Shadowspire, then maybe team up with a friend and do it. But might not be worth it. So she'll just go back to the room and we shall start to prep up to see how much arcane essence we get from magical items.